Serious conversation. Mothers, you need to know when to let them go.
Yep.
With their fathers.
Yep.
So many females are saying the same thing. I'm not letting another woman raise my child. He's with another woman. Ladies, you have to let a father take over when it's his time to take over. Whether it be with your daughter or whether it be with your sons. In a lot of cases, a son get a certain age and he's going to rebel.
Yep.
When your son get a certain age, he needs a man to be on top of him 24 hours.
Now I want to stop there. Now, I told you guys this before. The reason why a lot of women don't like to let their children go with their father is because of child support. It's because they feel like this is the only way they could hurt the father, when in fact all they're doing is hurting the child.
I got my swag right, feeling crispy clean. Girl, I'm the flyest mother you've ever seen.
To the Hear Me Out podcast in association with True Hall of Fame Builds. I'm your host, Michael May. And on this segment of Man Talk, you know, Hassan, shout out to my brother Hassan. Yeah, I know me and him, we don't always see eye to eye. Some of his topics are very touching, and this one specifically hit home because I know a lot of y'all are not gonna appreciate this video, but for me, I am. For me, some of you guys need to hear this. Title of this video from Hassan is Learning When to Let Go. He literally just dropped this 38 minutes ago. What you're gonna hear him say, I literally have been having this conversation in my own family with my own son. And when I tell you guys that this video hit home, this thing hit me in a personal way. I'm gonna let Haas dive into this, and I'm gonna respond. Go ahead, bro.
Shall we begin?
Yep.
Shall we begin? Ladies, first and foremost, happy Mother's Day.
Happy
To the
Mother's Day.
mothers. The real mothers who take care of their children. Now, with that being said, I had a serious conversation with one of my sisters, one of my girlfriends, right? Serious conversation. Mothers, you need to know when to let them go.
Yep.
With their fathers.
Yep.
So many females are saying the same thing. I'm not letting another woman raise my child. He's with another woman. Ladies, you have to let a father take over when it's his time to take over. Whether it be with your daughter or whether it be with your sons. In a lot of cases, a son get a certain age and he's going to rebel.
Yep.
When your son get a certain age, He needs a man to be on top of him 24 hours.
Now I want to stop there. Now, I told you guys this before. The reason why a lot of women don't like to let their children go with their father is because of child support. It's because they feel like this is the only way they could hurt the father, when in fact all they're doing is hurting the child. Fellas, y'all heard me say this. Ladies, listen to me. Ladies, out of all the ladies that I've spoken to that had children, I've done lives on Instagram, and women would say, what do you expect me to do? Give my son to the father? I'm like, there comes a time that there is nothing you can do. It's natural. It's naturally gonna happen that boys are gonna push back. Ladies, listen to me. My son, I have an older son. My oldest son, he's already a teenager, 14, 15. I want you to understand. So this is personal to me, because here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. Especially as kids get old enough, a kid can decide to want to stay with the father. Now, sometimes you women have to step aside and go, this is just the right thing for me to do. Baby, I love you. You my son. But I've done all I could do. Most women hold on to the children because of child support, because of hurting the other man. Ready? Like he said, this is a fact. Or I ain't gonna have no other woman raising my child. Some people, hear me. There are some women who are drowning, and women, a lot of women don't understand this. A lot of women would rather have their grandmother, their mother, their sister, their next door neighbor watch that child for hours on end versus saying, hey, Enrique, hey, Rico, Juan, Tyrone, Jonathan, listen, hey, we gotta talk. We at the crossroads, and I think it's time that you gotta take your son, especially with boys, especially when it comes to boys. You ladies don't know. Some boys, hear me, listen to me. I'm gonna let Haas talk. I don't want to jump the gun. Haas is 100% right. Boys, listen, even me, y'all see my 3-year-old son. My son, I'll be like, yo, stop playing. And he'll be like, stop playing. And it isn't until I have to get up, and sometimes I gotta spank him on the butt. Daddy gotta get on him, and then he wants to listen. I want you guys to understand. The difference is this. What most women don't want to understand, and I gotta say this because Hassan doesn't touch this part, but I gotta say this, ladies. We have a God-given, we are given a gift from God as men, that our children naturally have a fear. There is a fear that our children have with us. Even if they don't get along with us, they know if it comes to having to sit down with their dad, they know they know dad is liable to roar. And women remove that part from most of their children's lives, and they don't understand having other people, if you're not able to watch your kids, give the kids to the fathers. Haas, keep cooking, man.
In this situation that I'm talking about right here, one of them is dealing with a young girl and her mom, and she's being rebellious, but she's not being rebellious to her dad.
Yep.
And I could give you so many examples with kids, because in our time, you can't put your hands on your kids. You're going to jail. And if you have other kids that's in that household that's younger than the kid that you putting your hands on, you'll lose your kids to the system. So now you got to be smart instead of being tough. Oh, I don't care. I'm going to put my foot down. I'm going to put my foot in it. You put your foot in that kid's ass. And the court system is going to put their foot in your ass. So you got to...
Now, what he's saying is you can't abuse your kids. There is no law against disciplining your children. And even the courts, me knowing, even the courts understand that every now and again you gotta put foot to ass. But as long as you ain't spazzing, like I seen some videos where these moms are like punching their kids in the face, like if they in the street, it's crazy. You can't abuse. There ain't no law against saying that you can't whip your kids. You can't hit your kid. See, and that's the only part that's kind of a little like it's a little blurry. But let's keep on going.
To be smarter than that, you can't let your emotions supersede your intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it's going to hurt to see your child leaving to go to a better environment. Not to say that your environment isn't good, but your chemistry with your child inside that house, or even the friends that your children start to develop going to school, the influence that your children start to have over them going to school, the streets will destroy and devour your child.
Now hold on. Let me give you guys an example. So my son, and I can speak on this because I've already spoken to my son, and I always keep it a stack with my son, right? I see my son, he be playing with his boys and all that, sometimes XYZ, and he be throwing up little hand gestures and all that. And I'm like, baby, do you know what that is? Do you know what that is? Like, ready? He'll go like this. Just give an example. Going like this. I want you guys to understand the difference. Pay attention. A little slight gesture. If I'm not mistaken, I'm sure Haas could correct me, or all my Zulu homies could correct me. Isn't just going like this. Isn't this Zulu? Isn't this Zulu? Look. You see this? A little gesture, a little sight will change what somebody's doing. Now, but my son, I had to explain it to him. I'm like, I don't want to see no hand gestures. You want to know why? Because people may mistaken you for something that you're not. And then we're going to have a problem. Right? So, this is another thing. These women don't understand that once they're a certain age, if you don't give those boys to the father, the streets are going to devour your child. And then when you lose control, you want to be like, see, here's the problem. Most of you women want to wait till your son is out of control, and then you want to give him to the father. And that's when the fathers tend to turn around and start hitting you with the, man, F you. Because now you want to give me a loose cannon that you already created when I asked you for this child before and you wouldn't give him to me. But because now he's too out of control where you can't even control him, now you expect me to do the dad duties. I'm gonna get into a little more of that later on, because I told y'all guys I ain't come here to bullshit y'all. Because a lot of y'all guys, I'm gonna say this, a lot of you women, I see all these chicks crying, their son's getting wrapped up in a raid. Not my baby, not my Tyrone is a good baby. He wasn't saying that when he was out there with the Uzi. He wasn't saying that when he was out there strapped up with his boys. He wasn't saying that when he was throwing up big B's, when he was throwing up C's, when he was throwing up the crown, when he was throwing up, ready? Even this, look, people, even this gesture right here. Now, shout out to all my kings. Look, something from right here to right here. This is two very different things. Two very different things. See, these kids don't understand. They want to just throw shit like, oh, you know, like, I be telling my son, why can't you just be like, just profile, nigga? Like, I get it. He was football team, popular kid. He out there chilling, bro, put your, or do the bullshit. Do what Jay-Z and us niggas do. To the front. Or put your hands to your back, man. Then put your chin up, nigga. Make sure niggas know that you're strong. You dig? But these kids want to throw up hand signs. That's where the problem comes involved. That's where the issue comes involved. Because most of these kids don't understand. A little gesture, this, from here to here, to obviously we know this. You know what I'm saying? This, like, oh no, this means the B. This is 666 because listen, not all bloods throw it up super tight. Sometimes niggas be a little lazy with it. You never really know. You know what I mean? Y'all understand this P-Funk to the day, but that's neither here nor there. But I want you guys to understand something, right? A lot of dudes don't grasp the concept that, and I've listen, and I'm saying this personally for myself. When I start seeing my son, and I'm telling you because I had this as personal. When I said, listen, you're to the age that you're supposed to be with daddy. And the reason why I speak to him, because he's a boy. So I'm going to speak to him to make him understand. Why? Because the day that he chooses to ignore the signs that I'm giving him, I warned my son. I said, baby boy, that's going to be on you. I want you to understand that. I want you to, because you know what? His mother's not going to let him go. Oh, this is my baby. I love him, my son. But, and I'm not saying whether it is or it isn't. What I'm saying to y'all guys is my son's mother is not going to let him go. So if she holds on to him to where he can't be saved, I listen, people, listen to me. I've told my son, I said, I want you to understand something. You're going to get to the point where you're going to rebel against, your mom doesn't understand this. Your mom doesn't understand. But the kids today are different. He doesn't understand it. I understand it. I know what I've been through. I know what I've seen. I know what I still see. But when my son's mother decides to have him with other people more than me or her, just give him to me. And that's how I feel that you guys should feel the same way. If you know that you can't spend all the time that I can, give him to me. Because Haas is going to say it. There comes a point in time, well, Haas just said it pretty much. There comes a point in time where a boy needs to be under the eyes of a man 24 hours. Let's keep going.
Let's just say you got a dad like me, good dad, raised all my daughters and sons and my children in general to the best of my ability. And let's just say I'm in an environment where it's the lesser of the evil. And let's just say, just like my girl.
And mind you, let me give you guys another example, right? Because there are women out here. One of my sons, I can't see because I didn't want to be with his mom. She didn't want me to see my son. So she's been on the run. She ran. So what I'm saying to you guys is, so this is personal. This is personal. Because me and you didn't get along. But you seen how I raised my oldest son. You seen how my oldest son, most of the principles that he has, I gave it to him. I've told my son since the age of 5, men and women live very two different lives. So my son's mother can't teach him what I need to give him, because men and women live two very different lives. Ready? His mother she has no clue what it is for a man's pride and a woman's pride is two very different things. A man's ego and a woman's ego is two very different things. Now, mind you, I can say this because I'm his father. She may watch this video. Congratulations, she watching. But I'm not saying anything wrong. I'm not saying anything shady. What I'm saying is there comes a point where a woman has to say, I just can't right now. I gotta work. I'm hustling, trying to get this money to provide. But, and hear me, ready? If I'm being real, my son has the love. My son loves his brothers from his mom's side. My son loves his brothers. And I know that's part of the reason why my son doesn't want to leave. Like, my son has come out verbally, well, Dad, you know, XYZ, I don't want to leave my brothers behind. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, my mommy's on her grind. And if anybody's going to be here with my brothers to watch them, and I know I could be here and report back to mom, XYZ, and I'm like, son, that's an honorable, like, the shit almost made me cry when I heard my son say it. Because you could tell the way he said it, you could feel his heart. I felt it in his gut. He's like, I'd rather be here and keep eyes on my brothers while mom is out there grinding. So I'm the oldest. I gotta watch my little brothers. Now, the most honorable thing. But you know what I had to tell my son? At what cost? Because you know what? Your brothers have a father. Your brothers have a father. So now it's going to be for her to give up. And listen, these boys, you got to take these boys and let them figure it out. And because it shouldn't be about, oh, there's another woman there helping him with his child and helping him with this boy and helping him. It should never be about that. Because if I have another woman to help me, and my son's mother, mind you, I tell my son's mother all the time, she can't, if she's watching this, she cannot cap. I tell her all the time, yo, you've done a fantastic job with my boy. But I always tell her, I say, listen, you have to let him go. He is to the point where you have to say, baby, I love you. Thank you. I know you want to be here and help me. You got to go because I can't do nothing for you. Because hear me, It doesn't make any sense for my son to destroy his development just to look over his brothers. Don't let that go over your head, because I just told you guys, it's an honorable thing what my son wants to do. But if it means my son sacrificing his well-being, he's the first brother. He's the first brother. The rest of the brothers are watching him. The rest of the brothers are watching him. So, and I get it, because a lot of these chicks, they do it to be spiteful. And I know my son's mother, if my son DJ comes and says, yo, I want to go with my dad, she's going to let him go. But she knows my son is going to stay for his brothers. So it comes to a point that she's going to have to say, baby, look at me. I love you. But you can't, I need you to go. You got to go with your dad. Because that's what a mother who really loves her kids, that's what she's gonna do. It's called doing the right thing. Not because it benefits her, but because it benefits him. And if that's what it's really about, at some point in time, she's gonna have to push my son to me. Like, listen, yo, here. Nah, baby, I get it. Thank you so much. I love you. Want to be here for your brothers. And I get it, because I know my son wants to be there for his brothers. My son doesn't want nobody to watch his brothers. But my son's mother's on the grind. She's on a paper grind. Telling you.
She lives in Bronx River. She's raising a daughter in the projects. From time to time, she likes to travel and work, and she does things where she's not there. You're a single parent raising a child in that household. See, because we're going to make this clear. In that household by herself. And see, a lot of y'all females, y'all sit up there and y'all be saying, oh, I'm raising this child by myself. No, you're raising that child in your household by yourself.
Yep.
But if you get out the way of the father, and let the father take on his responsibility, the world will be a better place. But some of y'all don't know how to do that. Y'all like to stay in the way. So here it is. You got the elements of...
Don't let that go over your head, y'all. Because some of y'all might be going through this. A woman will always be like, I'm over here raising these kids by myself. No, you're raising them in the house. But if you have your uncles and your aunts and your cousins and your baby cousins and your nieces and your nephews and your sisters and your brothers helping you, you're not raising that child by yourself. But why would you want to put your child through that? Especially if you have an active father. Especially if you have a father that you know want to be there for his kids. Look, I need you to take your boy. I need you to take... I know, listen, y'all guys know, I know a woman who's a nurse. She's making like $130K a year. She's struggling. 5 kids, 2 different fathers. And the least thing she could do, she sent both of the boys with their dads. And I had to convince her. She's like, but they on child support, so how does that work? You can go to the court. Ready, hear me, ladies. Even if there's arrears don't stop. You're still owed those arrears. You need to go to the court to give that man his child. So when I told her, I think the father had like $2,000 in arrears. And she went to the court. Sure enough, the judge said, listen, this money is still awarded to her. You still got to pay this until the debt is gone, XYZ, but the child is yours. You're no longer responsible for child support. And hear me. Now, the father did the dickhead shit. Let's not cap. The father went and put her on child support. See? Now, I understand some of y'all guys, y'all baby moms be fucking terrorists. And I get it. Y'all guys want to make them feel the pain. But you see, but if it's really about the child, yo, look, when you want to see your baby, you pay for the plane. You put them on the flight. You send them back and forth. You ain't paying no child support. Like me, an example. If I got my son, I'll tell his mom, listen, I don't need shit. When you want to see your son, you put him on a plane. You put him on a plane, you're gonna pay for it. They're in to and from. That's all you're paying for. I don't need no monthly support. I'm good. I don't need that. Some of you guys want to throw your kid's mother underneath the jail. And see, and this is the problem, because now you're showing me it ain't about your kids. It ain't about your kids. It's about you now. Like, oh, now I got the power, so now I want to. Because the truth is this. I'm good. I'm good. I don't need shit of shit. All I need is my son to know that dad fought for you. That's it. My son knowing like, yo, my dad's fought for me. You know what I'm saying? He wanted to make sure that I was aware from his mouth that, dude, when are you ready to make this transition? But let's keep going. Because sometimes women don't understand it. Women are trying their best, but sometimes I'm sorry, ladies, you cannot raise sons. And hear me, you can't expect any other man to raise your son to be a man when they don't care about investing into that boy the way the son's father would. I don't care how good the man is. Because the truth is, it's not his responsibility. Oh, but my brother could show him and my uncles could show him. But your uncles ain't going to show him the way I would show him. Because the truth is this. I'm going to give him the space to fuck up. Me as a man, I'm going to give my son the space to fuck up in a controlled environment. Because if my son went out there and did something crazy, bodied somebody, they're going to be like, well, we tried. Whereas me as the father, I could have taken that, I could have handled that differently. But most women, that's their fight. They're in denial. But let's keep going.
We all know children, like especially with little girls, don't know man when a little boy humping around on his daughter.
Yep.
But we know that we was those dudes.
Yep.
That was humping and eventually having sex at an early age. Women, if you know you got all the elements against you, if you know that you working hours or you ain't home because you traveling or hanging out and living your best life, and while you living your best life, you can't watch over your child, but your selfish ways, you're going to tell the daddy, no, you're not going to give the child to the father.
Right.
And the next thing you know, your child is pregnant. Because you couldn't keep an eye over that child. But the father has all the elements. He has a woman at home. He has a nanny to watch the kids when they're not home. So the child doesn't have the freedom to sneak boys in and out of the house. Mm-hmm. Are y'all getting my drift? Ladies, you have to know when to hold them, know when to hold them, know when to fold them. You're not folding when you give your child to the father to protect them from themselves. That's called love.
Yep.
On another level. You trusted that man when he laid on top of you and you conceived that baby. Now you got to learn to trust him to protect your child or children from the things that you can't protect them. When it comes to little boys, mothers, when your child hit around 12 years old, that's a critical pivot point in your child's life. When your little boy, when your son hits 12 years old, that's around the time where a lot of the times, you know, the elements really start taking over and your child start being shaped and molded into the streets. Mm-hmm. And that be the beginning stages of them getting ready to be devoured by the belly of the beast.
Yep.
The beast.
Cause you ready? And I'm not speaking specifically to my son's mother or to my son, But I know women that have to work till late night hours. You think your child staying at your aunt's house, the cousin's house, little Nuck Nuck and Chuck's house, and the grandpa, how long do you think that's gonna last? Hey mom, you're not around. How long do you think it's gonna last till he turns? And this is what I told my son. Now back to my son. I told him, I said, baby, you 12, you 13. For the past 2 years, I've been like, when are you gonna be ready? Because, and listen to me, when I tell you I keep it a stack, listen, I'm gonna let Haas talk first.
When you know your children are being influenced by their friends, and you can't keep an eye on them when they going outside and hanging out, or better yet, when they in school, they riding them school buses, eventually they got to start traveling on the train to and from, cutting school, playing hooky. Women, you got to learn to let a man take over. You got to know when to let a man take over and raise his child out of love. Because the truth of the matter is, no disrespect to all you women out there in the black community, I love you. But y'all raised the worst sons. You single woman, and some of y'all can't. Yeah, some of y'all.
Now I gotta say this. See, now to the ladies who are watching this, to the guys who send this to their sisters who are single moms or whatever, the data shows, the stats, the studies show, women who are specifically raising boys in a house where there is no actual male figure, they raise the worst children. And it's not always because the mom is not on them, the mom is not, it's because you don't let the father, there is no male. There comes a point where that child needs 24-hour surveillance from the father to mold his son to get him ready for the world. Ladies, I always say this, right? You want to know why I say a lot of y'all mothers are selfish? Because you guys be like, this is my baby. This is my baby. Not my baby. Not my baby. Ready? Your baby's going to be somebody's friend, somebody's coworker, somebody's a manager, their boss at work, somebody's father. Your child is going to be so much more to the world than just your fucking child. So for you to hold them, because this is my child. No. Because what you're going to do is you're going to let him go out there to the street and he's not going to be ready for the world.
Y'all not single. Y'all always have a man in the house. It's just different men. But those men are not into your children. Those men are not into your children. They're not really into you. They need a place to stay. So a lot of you black sisters, man, you raise the savages. You raise the savages. Little niggas is angry, mad at the world. And all these emotions that they have are coming from you. And then they going outside and they finding them nice little toys, them Glocks, and they putting switches on it and they airing the block out.
Yep.
They drilling and killing. How Jay-Z said, broke niggas don't want no cash. They just want to kill you. Shout out to the women out there, because I'm not putting all black women in the same boat. You got women out there that raise strong black men.
Like, I'll give you an example. My son's mother, listen, y'all. She's strong. She held it down. But people, I want you to understand, right? Even look at me. Everybody has a moment of weakness. what you do in that moment of weakness is what's going to determine your life. You see, hear me. I'll give you guys an example, right? How some of you guys, I always tell you guys, some of you guys know when I was much younger and my grandmother passed away, I ended up homeless in the street. Like eating out of garbage cans. Those that know my story, you guys know. Those that been around, you guys know. But what you do with those moments, like me, till this day, people, listen, till this day, bro, I got the purple mattress, that comfortable ass mattress where a person can jump on one side of the bed and the other person don't feel it. I got the purple mattress. The fucking damn near an Alaskan king. Like, the shit is the whole fucking room. Hear me. There are times that I sleep on the couch just to remind myself how to be uncomfortable, so I never get comfortable with being comfortable. People, in life, you being able to adapt is what makes you, that's how you grow. People, there are times that me and my son, I mean, little kids is different. 3-year-old, they'll lay down anywhere. But you know what it is to lay down on the floor? He'd be like, Daddy, come. And I'm like, in my mind, I'm looking at the floor, I'm like, see, what he doesn't know, all he sees is, Daddy, come sit down. What he doesn't know is, it might take me about 15 minutes to get off that floor because of my back. So I'm sitting here, I'm like, but he doesn't understand. Hey, let me get down. Y'all gotta see my son on live stream. He be like, Daddy, uppy. He always wants me to pick him up. And I'm like, boy, daddy ain't there. You know, but nonetheless, that's how it was with all my boys. People, hear me out. With my son, there were times that even when I was going through the courts, whatever the case, the courts was like, yo, listen, that boy's gonna go with his father. It doesn't matter. As long as there's a couch, some place for him to stay, he's good. Yo, my son, shout out to Gotti. Shout out to the whole Roman family. My son, on the weekends that my son would stay with me, all of my nephews and nieces would come over. They used to freaking wrestle each other, beat each other up, fighting on the floor, jumping on my brother Gotti. It'd be like 7-on-1. Like they would have a blast. Cause I always kept my son around positive men. Always. You feel what I'm saying? And that's something that I gave my son. You know what it is? That my son can call anybody in my phone, Uncle Rich, Uncle Gotti, Uncle Scales, Uncle Nove, Uncle Spirit, Uncle Big, like he can, Uncle Copy, he can call Uncle G, he can call any of his uncles. And I know my son is good. Till this day, there are certain people that my son, like, but it's a good thing. My son don't play with certain of my brothers, like Nova, Scales. They more like the cool uncles, you know what I'm saying? But then there's like Gotti, who he's stern. But then there's like G. When my son sees G's more like, what up, DJ, you good? Yeah, Theo, I'm good. Like, my son tries to be as minimum as, you good? What's going on? How's school? Good, like, good. That nigga he keeps it to a minimum. Then there's his Uncle Big. Who Big is more like, yo, what's up? What's up? You need anything? You good? All right, bet. Look, man, just give me a call. Listen, house is yours. Like, that's how Big is. Open door policies. The men in my family don't play with my son, but that's what I offer on this side. Like, my son comes here. His uncle Joey is the general manager of fucking what is it, the Champs or one of them big ass stores. The state is his. Like, he has general manager, like big DJ comes here, listen, whatever you need, just come over and shop over here, man. You good? I'll give you my discount, whatever it can be. Cause little niggas want to be flying and all that. We get it, yo. Go ahead, man. Good, you good, man. Like, I can provide him something that I know he's not gonna get anywhere else. No shade to his mom. I always give that woman credit, and I always say, you did a good job, but there's just some things you can't do, because if you're not there 24/7, he's gonna slip through the cracks. And now I'm gonna let Ha say one more thing.
That don't fall victim to the streets, that don't do 10 years in jail. They graduate out of high school, go to college, or some of them don't even go to college. They become MTA workers. They become sanitation workers. They become school teachers. They become police officers. Because yes, some beautiful brothers get devoured by the penitentiary. After we done destroyed somebody, we done took somebody's lives, we done robbed niggas, we done sold crack, we done sold coke, we done dishonored our mothers.
I want to say this. Like, my son, this kid is like obsessed with football. When I say he's obsessed, he is absolutely obsessed. My state is sponsored by the Arizona Cardinals. So that means if my son was truly wanting to seek a football in any kind of way, my son got the height, he got the size, he want to play football, he is given the opportunity to have more of a look. There would be more eyes on him. There will be more professional help to help him get to the next level. This is what I'm saying, y'all. This is what I'm saying. My son is in his first year in high school. It has to be a trend. There has to be a transition. Like, yo, listen, I need you to go ahead, man. Go do what you do. It is what it is. And especially that where my son would have gone, he has cousins there who already play football. That would have helped him along the transition, help him along with some new friends. You feel what I'm saying? And I told my son this because I understand in certain places it's harder to have a certain light shine on you. But my son was able to witness his uncle, a soccer star, ended up on newspapers and all this. He ended up playing for Team USA. For all the high school boys that they went to the next level to play on the collegiate level. Out of all the high school niggas in this state, he was the goalie. People, it's about where you are. What's accessible to you. And because I can be accessible, or he got training after school, I could be there. Or he got this, I could do that. Or listen, mamas, today I can't get there, son. Can you go? I got him. I'll be there. Don't worry about it. And then shit, it'll probably help me with his little brother. He'll see his big brother playing sports, playing football. He may look at him and be like, yo, I want to do that. The same way his little brothers would. But thing is this is my oldest. And before I lose him to the streets and he goes out there, ends up in the wrong place, the wrong time, doing the wrong thing, hear me. I'm going to tell you something. I told my son, verbatim, I said, listen to me. Daddy's been asking you, when do you want to have this conversation? I love you. You're supposed to be here with me. The pressure shouldn't be in your mom. You're old enough where you need your dad. Are you ready to talk? Are you ready to this? And he's not ready. He's not ready. And I told him, I said, I want you to understand something. I said, I'm going to tell you the same thing I was told. I just don't want you to blame me. I just don't want you to blame me. If things go wrong, like, oh, my dad wasn't there. Don't you ever let me hear you ever say to anybody, the reason you failed is because dad wasn't there. Because I said, I promise you, I said, boy, I promise you, it is not going to be a good day. Because like I said, most mothers wait till it's too late. Some mothers got to tell their kids, I need you to go with your father. I need you to go with your father. And because my son has his brothers, his mother's going to have to be the one to push him. And I'm telling y'all, and some of you moms, you got to do the right thing for your sons. Now, I'm not just saying my son's mom. I'm saying period. Because y'all guys hold on to y'all kids too long, and then you want to blame the dad, where the dad shouldn't have no blame. No. Now, if he a deadbeat and he don't want to see his kids, he not asking for his kids, that's different. That's different. That's totally different.
Shout out to you mothers out there that's raising good men.
Right.
That ain't never been to the penitentiary. And ain't never going to the penitentiary. Death or jail, early grave or jail, burning candles at a young age in front of a building and pulling out liquor.
Yep.
Let your son's father be a father. Let your daughter's father be a father to your child. I hope this message reach you women out there.
Facts.
And you take into consideration what I'm saying. Sometimes it's not that you're not a good mother.
Right.
You can't defeat the elements.
Yep.
The streets is undefeated.
Right.
Hit that like button. Hit that share button. Hit that subscribe button. And pay attention to your circle
before they hurt
you.
Now, I will say this. That's something mothers never understand. They think that guys be trying to say they're not a good mother. No. You cannot defeat something that's undefeated. It's like when the feds come for you, it's too late. They got all the proof. The feds don't come for you until they know that they got you. And the streets are undefeated. And I told my son, if you wait till it's too late, I never want to hear it come out of your mouth that my dad wasn't there, or that my dad didn't try, or my dad didn't fight. I told my son. Because right now, that since the age of 12, I was like, baby, you want to come up with dad? Like, are you ready? Are you ready to have a conversation? Yeah, he wants to he wants to talk. He wants to be with his father, but he don't want to leave his brothers. I'm like, you can't sacrifice your life. You're still a child. So you don't know, you can't sacrifice your life for your brothers. That is your mom to sit there and do what she got to do for your brothers. I'm going to do what I got to do for you, and she's going to do what she got to do for you. So I understand him. But I'm like, don't wait till it's the last minute, because you want to know what? If somebody rose up on my son and he with me, they got to run into me. They got to run into me. And I promise you this. Like any father, it's not going to be a good day. It's not going to be a good day. They ain't no jumping my son. They ain't no pulling out on my son. And this is a serious message. And you should share this video. But like how I said, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, turn on notifications. But shout out to my brother Haas, I'm going to take it. Pay attention to your circle. before they hurt you. Both of us, at the moment, we signing out. Ya tu sabes. Wepa.